A group of heavenly angels descended upon Israel and freed the nation from the hands of the Arabs. This is the information, and it is widely documented and disseminated globally. These details are available to everyone, and I'm here to share them with you. If this is new to you, stick around because every moment of this video will be valuable. Before we continue, I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Your help is extremely important for this channel to continue growing and reach more and more people. This motivates us to continue bringing relevant and interesting content. So please click the subscribe button and the like button. Reiterating the information, an army of heavenly angels sent by God descended upon Israel and assured the victory of the Israelite people, freeing them from the hands of the Arab people. This occurred in 1973 during the conflict between Israel and Arab countries. Currently, testimonies claim that mysterious lights are appearing in the skies over Israel, which are not attributed to drones, planes, or missiles. This creates a conundrum that intrigues many. In 1973, the confrontation known as the Battle of Yom Kippur took place. At this time, Israel was caught off guard by a joint invasion of Syria and Egypt. Egypt launched an offensive through the Suez Canal, while Syrian forces advanced through the Golan Peninsula. Israel faced a huge disadvantage in that scenario, with only 3 tanks available. On the other hand, the Arab forces had hundreds of tanks at their disposal. What happened when the enemy tanks approached the 3 Israeli tanks is truly remarkable. Suddenly, they stopped their advance and retreated, leaving everyone perplexed. If these Arab tanks had faced Israel's few tanks, history might have taken a very different turn, and Israel might not exist today. However, as they approached, they witnessed an extraordinary celestial phenomenon. An army of angels descended from the heavens onto the Israeli tanks, and clear divine intervention caused them to retreat. Later, the Syrian army commander admitted that they felt God ordered the stop. He confessed that when they saw the 3 Israeli tanks, they believed they were on the verge of victory, but the sight of what happened in the skies left them with no alternative but to retreat. This is often considered a testimony to the divine presence and assistance to Israel at that critical time. In December 2016, something similar happened to the Israelis in the same region during a week of conflict with Syria. A large dust cloud that brought with it a storm ended up appearing unexpectedly on the borders of the Golan Heights and created an immense barrier that hid the Israeli army from its opponents. The phenomenon surprised soldiers and even the mainstream media, such the British newspaper called it the episode God's Divine Intervention. Note that all these events that we show here involving Israel are not mere coincidences, but are real proof that God has never changed, as his protection has continued over all these years over Jacob's descendants. As Malachi says, chapter 3, verse 6, according to belief, Israel is a people chosen by God, and the Bible states that the Archangel Michael is the protector of Israel, fighting on behalf of these people. For many, this story illustrates how God acts in the past, in the present, and will continue to act in the future. There are reports of sightings of mysterious lights in the skies of Israel, which some people believe are manifestations of God's angels. In an upcoming video, we will examine this intriguing phenomenon in more detail. It is a demonstration of God's love for Israel, even though this country is small compared to other nations, as it is considered special by him. All of this can be summed up by John 3:16, a widely recognized verse. For God demonstrated his love for the world by giving his only Son, so that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. God's purpose was for Israel to serve as the vehicle to spread the message of salvation throughout the world. However, when the Messiah arrived, the majority of Israel rejected him. Jesus initially came to Israel, but expressed his grief, saying, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you killed the prophets and stoned those who are sent to you. How often have I wanted to gather your children together, as a hen gathers your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, and you didn't want it. He came to Israel with the purpose that Israel could be a vehicle to spread his message throughout the world. But for the most part, Israel did not accept him. However, the children of Israel remain in God's love, and the day will come when they will recognize Jesus as the Messiah. When that day comes to fruition, each individual will see him when he returns, pour his blessings upon your life abundantly. But you may be wondering why the preservation of these people is considered a fulfillment of one of the greatest signs of the end. In the book of Zechariah, chapters 9 to 11, the prophet predicted hundreds of years ago that Jesus Christ would come to earth, enter Jerusalem humbly, as he did, riding on a donkey, and ultimately be rejected by his people. As in fact, it happened. However, in the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 28, the Apostle Paul tells us that in the future, in his second coming, Christ will return to take his church and defeat the enemy of our souls during a great conflict involving Israel. And then, everyone who had rejected him, from the Jew to the greatest skeptic, will recognize that Jesus Christ is Lord. If you really like this video, subscribe to our channel and leave a like, and turn on the notification bell. Until the next video, to the Mount of Olives, may God give.